I feel like Tinder revolutionized dick pics because I had never seen one before, and now I've seen countless.
It's basically like when you're lonely and sad, you scroll on your phone and there's just a bunch of people and you swipe right if they're cute and you swipe left if you're like, no thank you.
Tinder is a necessary evil.
Is why ghosting was invented.
I probably had like 5 Tinder dates in my life. 3 of them went well. 1 was just like boring, and the other one was a catastrophe.
You think I'm gonna like go into a bar and just tap someone on the shoulder and talk to them for no reason? It sounds bananas to me.
Being on Tinder gives you the opportunity to meet people that you otherwise never would have met in your life.
So the first Tinder date I ever went on, we went to Uptown Lounge in Chicago. It's karaoke night. He has signed us up for a grand finale. Meatloaf's Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, a 7-minute song about losing your virginity and being trapped in a marriage for the rest of your life. I never saw him again.
Airbnb is a home away from home.
When you want to go to a place and you want to feel like you're a local, or you want to feel like you're actually kind of living there and pretend a little bit, it's actually really nice to be staying in Airbnb.
Our generation, we don't own things anymore. So I was just like thinking about like my parents' generation, they might have done like a timeshare in Florida or something like that. With Airbnb, like you can just get in and get out. You have zero responsibility to the location itself.
You're not locked in to having to have reservations months and months in advance. You can do things quite last minute if you need to.
I could go to like a yurt in like Yellowstone versus just like thinking of lodging as a place to like rest my head.
I haven't stayed in a hotel for like almost 2 years now.
It's really nice to stay in an Airbnb, which will have a kitchen, and instead of having to stay in a suite at a hotel, which could cost a lot more. If you're gonna use Airbnb, don't go anywhere that doesn't have like 20 reviews and have all the stars. Just don't risk it.
My family was using Netflix around the time that it was like still physical CDs. And I loved it when it was like just DVDs. I was like, this is great. I can have anything I want. Before that, it was Blockbuster.
I miss Blockbuster, but that's okay. Netflix is great.
And then when they like switched to the whole digital streaming format, I remember having conversations that were like, who's gonna stay home all day and watch TV? Like TV happens at a certain time and that's when you watch it.
It is amazing that Netflix went from like one business to a totally different business. Most things can't do that, but companies usually can't pivot that well.
It's amazing. I love Netflix, and I get it for free with my T-Mobile subscription.
Netflix comes in here and is like, I'm Netflix. I'm gonna offer you infinite content. You can watch hours and hours until you're on your deathbed.
There's something on there for literally everyone.
Truly think if you had told 2006 Jackie that she would spend Saturdays watching Netflix until her butt hurt, that she wouldn't believe you.
I spend way too much time on Instagram, and I'll never get those minutes back.
Instagram was awesome when it first came out because it was basically what Facebook should be, which is like, I just want to see photos.
Through sharing posts on Instagram, I ended up meeting a bunch of friends that ended up becoming my real life friends.
Like everyone else, I put my best life on Instagram. I use Instagram to just tell people, I have such a wonderful life, and it's so awesome. Aren't I great?
You can literally connect with anyone from anywhere in the world based on a hashtag or a location tag.
When I had my first kid, woo, did I see my engagement on Instagram spike. 70 likes, 80, sometimes 100 or more.
It's always the pressure of like likes and followers, and I think that that's becoming a big thing in general, but at the same time I've been able to just meet all of these people that share the same niche interests with me. If you use it in that way for networking and kind of pursuing certain passions, it's awesome.
I will never be an influencer, and I'm totally okay with that. There's a lot of pressure that I think comes with being an influencer and keeping up with that and staying relevant and, you know, pushing out content that the world wants to see.
I feel like Instagram is the app that I use first. Like when I'm open my phone up and I'm just sort of like mindlessly like, I'm gonna kill time. Like it's Instagram first.
If you're not on Instagram, some people are like, are you even a real person?
I feel like Seamless is like, oh, you are a 13-year-old child. Would you like a milkshake and a grilled cheese from this diner down the block? And I go, thank
thank you, Seamless, and then I order it.
4 to 5 times a week I was ordering Seamless. It got bad.
There's always great coupons on there. I just got like a great meal that would have cost me like $30 for like $10 the other day.
I had to start tracking my budget because I was ordering Seamless too much.
I think food delivery apps are just a mark of people's laziness.
It was irresponsible, and I lived in this warehouse with a not optimal or super clean kitchen for cooking, so Seamless was just a better option, really.
I live in a really kind of isolated area in the Bronx, so it's kind of nice to have Seamless because they kind of have like restaurants that are willing to travel through the app.
They must have a very good algorithm because they've definitely like learned about like my weird food taste. And Seamless is like, would you like one plain bagel with cream cheese and french fries? And I'm like, yes.
You can literally stay inside where you live all day and not interact with anybody in the outside world.
Better than, you know, back then when you had to call personally and like they would mess your order up and then you couldn't understand the person on the phone. Even though it's not the healthier choice.
It's great if you're hungover and you just don't want to leave your house and go get food.
Slack, before Slack, people used AOL Instant Messenger. It wasn't that great.
This is the first job that I've ever had that's used Slack, and I honestly don't know how I survived without Slack before.
It's just a nice way to interact without like disturbing others if you're like right there too, or just like instantly talk to your manager if you have a question, or easily send files to someone because a lot of what we do is sending video files or graphics.
My favorite part of Slack, it's the little palm tree when you go on vacation. No, my favorite part of Slack is that I can get anybody anytime I need them.
Even as I'm going to work, I'm checking Slack.
Even if someone is snoozing, you can still send them a notification if you really want to get their attention.
In that sense, it feels like I'm never not working.
Even my like desk mate that I sit right next to, I will Slack her first before I will like tap her on the shoulder.
Don't talk to me, but just check your Slack.
I get very upset when Slack is down. Don't make me talk to people. Just kidding.
What is Lyft? What is Uber? It's basically taxis if I don't have to talk to anyone.
Lyft and Uber have their downsides, of course, but at the same time, they are incredible to use. You show up at an airport, you show up, you know, almost anywhere in the world at this point, and you pull out a phone and you say where you want to go, and someone arrives and picks you up.
It might be just me where it said like 13 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, great, put down the phone, pick it up, and it's like 2 minutes, it's here, come down, where are you? We need you right now.
But like, if you live in Manhattan, you can like hail a cab on the street or whatever, but if you lived in Brooklyn, you couldn't do that. Having to call a taxi company and like request a car to where you are is like infuriating.
They meet you where you need to meet you, they know exactly where they're going, they don't have to ask you for directions, which is also really nice. I definitely stay out late more too, especially because, you know, when you pull up the Uber app, you can see what car you're gonna be in, you can get information about the driver and all of that, which you couldn't get with the taxis.
I did try to look up an Uber last night in the rain, and it was $81.75, and I have never seen it cost that much. It costs less to go to the airport.
Every once in a while, you'll like get in a car and the person talking to you will just be very charismatic and you're so glad you got in the car with them. Most times, if they begin talking to you, you're like, let's not do this.
I have been in a ride share where someone's been like, hey, where are you going? How's your day? What are you reading? And it's like, dude, obviously I like do not want to be your friend.
Twitter. I think we all know what Twitter has done to the world.
So I use Twitter for in a bunch of different ways. One is comedy, like I like to crack jokes on there. This Ancestry.com commercial that I made fun of on Twitter, that tweet went viral and then Seth Rogen followed me afterwards, which is pretty cool.
I think Twitter has kind of abridged how we communicate with one another. People expect to get their entire article in 150 or 60 or whatever it is characters, or I think it went up now to what, 280 or whatever.
It's also really easy to call politicians out, and they will literally change their actions based on a bad tweet. So Twitter has a lot of power in that way.
Twitter is dominated a lot, I think, by journalists and the tech community and politicians. things. And there's just a lot of fighting on there. It's not a fun place.
It's kind of like asking, is the world good or bad, you know? So Twitter just houses so many people who can be good and who can be bad. You feel a certain way about a bill or a celebrity doing something, or for example, that Sonic movie, if you just really hate how something was designed and you tweet about it or engage with people about it, you can really get something done.
Twitch is an online platform in which users can stream any type of video content. So whether that's the live stream of their cross-country drive, or them playing video games for other people's enjoyment, or a live stream of like a sporting event.
Who knew that people wanted to watch other people playing video games? I would never have guessed that.
They have ways of interacting and like displaying their emotions and their like heart rate levels. So I think it's sort of just a way of vicariously living through someone else, and video games just seems to be a good medium for that.
You know, the question a lot of people ask is, why would anyone care about watching other people play video games? And so my older sister, she has 2 children. All they do is watch Twitch and they watch YouTube. And so she comes to me all the time and asks, you know, why is anyone interested in this? She's a massive football fan. And so I ask, you know, why do you watch the Steelers? There's a lot of fun in playing a game for yourself. There's also a tremendous amount of fun in watching someone else play and seeing how do they do it? What do they do differently from you? What do they do the same as you? For so many streamers, a lot of it, you know, the draw is their personality.
When I was a kid, I wanted to play the video game. You ever go to a friend's house and you watch them play? Like, that sucks. You want to play the game, but that's changed.
Snapchat is a social platform where you could send photos or videos, and they don't last longer than 10 seconds unless you put them on loop. And you can upload stories of what you're doing that day.
I thought it was super creepy at first. It was created for like sexting, but without the, you know, parameters of having to worry about it being deleted or not. And then it kind of blew up as like a community, and everybody actually using it to communicate with their friends and show them like what they were eating and where they were walking.
I still think they have the best location filters.
I only use Snapchat to play around with the filters when I'm on the toilet. I just take the picture and I'm like, funny pooping rabbit.
And I also like it more sometimes than Instagram because it's a smaller community of my friends.
I do think that there was an addictive aspect to it though when they introduced Snap Streaks. Everybody felt obligated to be on their phone all the time, and they just wanted to like keep that streak and flex for some reason.
I care about Snapchat because it's dying, I feel like, and I still like it. My younger cousins tell me Snapchat is dead, and I'm just like, I still use it.
People say Snapchat is dying, but I look on there every once in a while and like people are still updating their stories.
I'm back to like 14 and 15 likes per photo. But you know what? The people who are seeing it know that I'm living an awesome life.